Okay guys, we're getting ready for paint. So I do have access to a very small paint booth. So right now I'm sanding, roughing them up. This fender piece took a little more work. It had some pinstriping on it. Had to cut that off and then sand it. I'm getting ready to do this one, the rear bumper. Really sucks that all this stuff was red, but we'll get there. Well, this is like a maroon color. The door's red. So there's the door. I need to sand that to get it ready. This is the paint booth, so it's very small. I can get all this stuff in there, but I can't pull the car in it or anything. So stick with me and we'll get this tuned up, sand them down, clean them up, wash them, and then we'll start with spraying. I'm just using a little orbital sander, a lot of hand sanding, some pads. That one I had to do some 400 on it. I don't think I'm going to have that issue on anything else. So hand sanding and a little orbital sander where it'll work on the bigger flat pieces. So as always, I've made a big mess. I'm getting ready to put on the primer. I am using a very fancy Harbor Freight gun. Remember, this car is for myself, for my daughter. So this is going to be kind of loud, but I have everything in here. I'm going to wipe it down. I'm going to wipe it all down with a tack cloth and start painting. So the prep, let's see, just to prep it, to sand it, to clean it, to sand it again. I had to re-clean my gun because it wasn't spraying right. Fancy gun. I know, sounds probably about 3 hours, I think, for just 3 pieces. So I'm gonna start spraying here in a minute. Alright, so I have them primed. My really expensive $14 gun did okay. Rear fender, rear bumper, front fender. I think on this one got a piece of crap in it, yeah, right there. They're gonna need so this one catches all my overspray also, so I'm gonna have to lightly, yeah, this one's smooth. Just lightly sand them. See, stuff like that I'm not getting carried away with. I don't know if you can see it. There was a scratch there before. I just need it put back together so she can drive. Alright, just lightly give them a light sanding, and we'll be putting on the base coat. Okay. So I have 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of paint. I'm getting ready to clear coat them. I might wipe them down again, but going good for little Harbor Freight spray gun. Not too bad. For what I'm doing, this is good. Yeah. Just don't have a whole lot of room in here, but it is still better than doing it in my garage. So the quarter panel that I'm working on, I will have to do in my garage, but we're getting there. My first time ever doing this. So I'll wipe them down and clear them. Alright, all done. Got the tape and plastic off and letting it dry. I'll probably come back and get them tomorrow. I don't want to sit here much longer. So there they are. Harbor Freight gun. And not knowing what I'm doing. But, I mean, patience. Read the instructions. Watch some videos. Well, here's a little update. I got the front fender. I got stuff painted. Got the front fender on, and the door on, and the door all put together on the inside. I still have to take the front wheel off and do the skin underneath it, and down there on the bottom down there I have a broken bolt that I gotta drill out and re-put one in, but I got the front back together. All that's done. Impressed with my first paint job. Remember, this is the first time I've done that. I'll keep reminding you guys, because I'm sure in the comments I'm going to get hammered on. But please do comment so other people can learn from both of us. And now I'm trying to finish the rear quarter panel. Tack welding this guy together. Up here, got some tacks in there. I got that together. Both my back door and trunk shut just fine. Have that guy tacked together. It's re-tacked under there. So it's coming together. So to let you, I can't even remember. So I've been working on this for, well, I'm probably going to beat the insurance company for getting their part done. So I'm ahead of them anyway. So I'm going to finish. I got to weld that, finish the tacks there, and then weld across this bottom, grind it down, Bondo it, clean it up, and hopefully paint. I just want this thing out of my garage. I want my daughter to have her car back. Make life easier for her. So I'll just keep plugging away. Okay, I have it all cleaned up and ready for Bondo. Okay, applied a little Bondo, let that dry. This spot right here gets a cover plate. I kind of grinded them down smooth, and I'm going to put the seam seal in there. Cause it curves a little bit in there, so I don't want to sand forever. Got all that done. That done. One coat on, sand it down, see how it feathers out. This I'm going to have to kind of shape a little bit. It's not looking too bad. I know this spot right here I'm probably going to have to fill up, because I'm going to have to float from here to the other side, because there was I kind of bent it a little bit when I was trying to force it into place. So that's where we're at. And quite the mess. But I'm moving right along. It's not too bad. This front stuff was easy. I think if you have some basic tools, and like I told you, I'm using a Crescent kit that I got from the store. That's what I have for tools. I don't have any specialty tools other than the welder. Everything else I either borrowed or if I was going to do this more, would buy. That's old. Even that grinder right there, it's an old tool shop grinder I've had for probably 20 years. Thing won't die. But painted. Got a little bit of work left to do there. Oh, yeah. I realized after I got back that some of that on the other side of that trim was red. So, my bad. But the door opens and shuts and everything inside of it works. Got that straightened up a little bit. Needs some more cleaning. Yeah, so fail. But it works. See? Shuts. Well, it's the next morning. Everything cured up. I will say the quarter panel blending in the paint was hard. Painting it in my garage was hard because it's not really clean in here. I did learn a lot. I learned a lot just on how to blend into another spot. Obviously I didn't get it on here. I ran out of paint, or I could have done better. But I'm getting close now. Today I'll get all the bumper and fender well put back on, get all that put back together, and start getting these little pieces back on. So not too bad. Dirty again. It's obviously not perfect factory, but still a good car. So that's what I painted it with in my garage. I don't have a big compressor anymore. So I borrowed this from my painters. And it is awesome. It's a turbine. So it came with a big, looks like a garden hose that feeds the gun. And it's still a HP high pressure, low velocity gun. But I really like it. I like it way better. Well, that was way more expensive than my $14 gun. So if you can get a hold of one of those to do a garage project, I'm not sure. That was probably pushing the $1,500 range. But worked really good. Alright guys. Washed. Cleaned up. I polished this side where my transitions are. Not very good. You can see a line here and here. I tried to feather, but I ran out of paint. So that is. So this is the side that was wrecked. So remember, front fender, front passenger door. Nothing happened to this door. Rear quarter panel, rear bumper, back tire. So I didn't do down there. I bent out what I had to make the door work, and then left that alone because I didn't want to drill a whole bunch of quarter 20 or weld a whole bunch of quarter 20s on there. Maybe in the future I'd learn another different way to do that, but this is the side that was hit. I will say you can slightly tell a difference in the paint. This is the good side. The inside's all back to normal. Oh yeah, so it looks pretty good. You really got to be looking for it to tell. That tape's on there because I put some adhesive behind here. This is where I made my cut, and then through here, and this corner was just a little bit holding that out. But I forgot to paint that. So that section right there is red. So that is it. All back together. This is for my kid. Go drive it around for a while. Make sure everything feels good. But all cleaned up. So, not too bad for the first time doing this. Remember, the estimate was $6,000 to have it fixed. I only paid $5,000 for the car, and in total, I probably have $1,600 in parts. And in fact, there's all the parts. Rear bumper, quarter, door, somewhere in there. Fender down there, some of the inside pieces, tail light. So, alright guys, thank you.